So, the Pope has named the next batch of cardinals. There will be a consistory in August. I do find it very interesting looking at the list, because back on exactly on the 25th of April, I said, the Pope was about to announce new cardinals, and I had it on my list was Arthur Roche as the number one on the list. And I'm looking here today at the news, and there it is, number one, Arthur Roche at the top. And number two, also as I predicted, Lazaro Yung Sik, the prefect of the Congregation of the Clero. So this is the news, guys. I think it's very predictable what the Pope is doing. Very predictable. Some people were saying that the Pope was angry with Arthur Roche for all of what was going on last year. Well, it doesn't seem to be the case, because he got the red hat. And it's very interesting to see the number of people who's on the list. Robert McElroy, the Archbishop of San Diego, is on the list. There's the Bishop of Como. I mean, it's very, very interesting to see the list of people that Gianfranco Ghirlanda, a Jesuit. So anyway, this is the new list. As of today, there are 117 cardinals who can vote in the next conclave. And from today, 7 of the cardinals would be over 80 or something like that. I'm just reading the news here, but look, predictable, very predictable. I'm looking at here, nothing that we weren't expecting. Arthur Roche, number one on the list of new cardinals. That gives you the pout. That is telling you where the Pope wants to take the church, where the Pope wants to take the liturgy, where the Pope is drawing the church. Because anybody that was looking at those two documents last year, which completely contradict the living emeritus Pope Benedict, cracking down. This is the Arthur Roche that doesn't want to have private masses in the Vatican, which I can't for the life of me understand. It used to be something beautiful to go into St. Peter's and to see priests celebrating on the altars around St. Peter. Beautiful. It used to be something amazing. I mean, you could always... I lived in Rome. I was a seminarian in Rome. To go to the Vatican and to assist at Mass at the many altars, which I have been to Mass at every single one of the private altars in the Vatican, both on the main level and below. There's beautiful altars in St. Peter's. And Arthur Roche, let's face it, the enemy of the liturgy in the church, the enemy of what previous generations held sacred, what was sacred to us. Arthur Roche has, as I predicted, has been made cardinal. So now this is a very interesting time. I think it's a very predictable time. Let's see who will be the next Pope. And I do predict who will be the next Pope. I do believe it will be somebody supported by the Jesuits, somebody from the Philippines, and somebody with ties to China. I do believe that will be the person that they will elect as the next Pope. Or if he's not elected, he will be kept very close in Rome. Who knows? Let's see. But, guys, I think we can see a very predictable Pope, a very predictable consistory. We're not seeing here our Archbishop Corleone being elected. What I do find very interesting in this list of people is we have now Cardinal Verdigas Alsaga. This is the second Legionary of Christ that Pope Francis has created cardinal, which I find very interesting. That Fernando would have been made a cardinal, especially given the fact that now Sodano is dead. Sodano, who was the great promoter of Father Marcial, and we've had the controversy around Bishop or Cardinal Kevin Farrell, who said, I didn't know anything about McCarrick. Didn't know anything about McCarrick. I only met Father Martial once or twice, despite being ordained in the Legions of Christ, and everybody laughing at that statement that he made in the Irish Times. And then we saw his statements coming out in the McCarrick report. You know, strange times, and it seems very interesting that we have under Pope Francis II Legionaries of Christ Cardinal. We have very predictable choices, understandable. He seems to be very keeping the people around him very close, and I can fully see him staging the next election of the Pope. I think it's all staged, it's all planned. Seems to be plodding along very, 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 very correctly. Is he going to resign? Who knows? But interesting times. For some of you say, well, look, Cardinal Kevin Farrell had left the Legionaries of Christ. He was ordained in the Legion of Christ as formation was there. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I had 9 years of formation there, good guys, and so on and so forth. Was it? But let's face it, there was a lot of problems in there as well. A lot of problems in how people are formed, and these haven't gone away, haven't totally gone away. But interesting times. God bless. Take care. Bye bye.